A soft man-to-man for Sardis as Patton to Morgan. 3-ball up and good. Way too easy a look that time by Garrett Morgan from the top of the key as he has now 10. Here's Gilliland the other way, gets the little floater to go. Carson Gilliland, his third field goal. He has 7 points for the game. Glencoe down 5 as Smith swings over to Patton. Aiden Cornett tries to go one-on-one against Connor Lowry. Loses it, but gets it back in the corner. Here's Garrett Morgan. He's had a great first half so far for Glencoe. First player for either team in double figures as Patton leaves it off for Cornett. Thought about the 3. Pass to Patton for 3. That's no good. Off the basket support, so goes out of bounds to Sardis. 5 minutes, 1 second to go until halftime. As Sardis with the basketball as they try to extend on their 5-point lead. They've led by as much as 7 here in the second quarter. As a near travel, no whistle blown though, as we'll have a whistle and a bumping foul before the shot on Glencoe. I thought that time that Connor Lowry might have drugged that pivot foot, but at least the officials say no on that as Aiden Cornett picks up his first foul. Pass goes out of bounds that time, an errant pass as Luke Martin tried to save it inbounds. So the turnover for Sardis. So it's been an entertaining first half for both of these teams. The top 2 seeds in the boys varsity portion of the Etowah County Tournament. Garrett Morgan loses the basketball and turns it over. Lucas Montgomery on the steal. 4.5 minutes to go until halftime as here's the long distance 3. That's no good as the rebound goes to Glencoe. Out ahead is Grant Smith as he gets stripped of the basketball out of bounds off of Glencoe. Excellent hustle by Luke Martin as he stripped the basketball as it went off of the knee of Grant Smith. 4:22 to go until halftime. Full court pressure for Glencoe as Jaden Patton knocks it out of bounds. Sardis had a 16-12 lead coming into this second quarter. Glencoe led by Garrett Morgan's 10 points. As up ahead is Carson Gilliland as he misses the layup. Rebound, though, by Montgomery as he sticks it in for 2.
Nice and high off the glass, James.
Indeed, as Lucas Montgomery with a solid performance off the bench with 6. In fact, he's right behind Carson Gilliland, who leads Sardis with 7 points. Grant Smith hands it off on the weave to Sechrist, accelerates, forces it up, and no good. Gets his own rebound and kicks it out to Morgan. 3-ball, no good. Rebound over the back, foul goes on Jaden Patton. That'll be his second. So that'll be the 3rd team foul, I believe, in this quarter. Or they'll say the 2nd team foul for Glencoe. And we'll have a Glencoe timeout coming up. So it'll be, looks like a 30-second timeout that extends to a full timeout. So we'll take the timeout with them here on FNN.
At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Anniston Memorial Funeral Home, we see our community as extended family.
Hello, I'm Mark Box. My wife Holly and I would like to thank the families that we have had the honor to serve. We see our community as our extended family. That's why we work so hard to invest in our community and the families that call it home. At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Anniston Memorial Funeral Home, you'll find services that are tailored to meet your needs, whatever those may be.
Piedmont Cutoff Highway in Glencoe and Highway 431 in Anniston. Our family serving your family.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
3 minutes, 51 seconds to go until halftime as Sardis leads by 7, 25-18 here in the Boys Varsity Championship, the Etowah County Tournament. James Hardy, Jim Jacobs with you. Sardis with the basketball as Connor Lowry Hand off as Luke Martin shoots and makes the NBA three. We'll take a second look at Luke Martin's first points of the game as he shot that from almost the bench for Glencoe.
Yeah, just kind of put that in Coach Chambliss' face.
Indeed. Braylon Smith on the drive against Martin to Sechrist for three. That's off the side rim. Rebound for Garrett Morgan. Morgan, an outstanding game so far as he's kept Glencoe in this game for most of it, as the layup no good for Braylon Smith as he'll go to the line for a couple. There you see Bucks Island, one of our proud sponsors here on our high school coverage all throughout the athletic calendar year. Proud sponsors of the F&N High School Basketball Game of the Week as Braylon Smith misses the free throw. That last foul, by the way, for Sardis goes on Luke Martin, his first. One more free throw to go for Braylon Smith as he's trying to get on the scoreboard, and he'll do so as he makes 1 out of 2. Full court pressure as the ball knocked out of bounds by Glencoe. 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go in the first half. Scoring well distributed for Sardis. Montgomery with 6, Gilliland with 7, and then also 5 for Eli Morton. 3 minutes to go until halftime. Luke Martin shoots the pull-up three. That's no good as the rebound goes to Cornett. Up ahead to Morgan in transition. Good body controls. He gets stripped of the basketball as it goes out of bounds off Luke Martin. 2 minutes, 48 seconds to go.
Glencoe faithful here in front of us, wanting a foul.
And don't get one, as that was good transition defense by Luke Martin to strip the ball out of bounds, but Glencoe will retain possession. Wade Sechrist inbounds. And finds Cornett. It's Braylon Smith on the drive against Montgomery. Lays it up and in for 2. Braylon Smith at that time just took Lucas Montgomery right off the dribble as beating the defense down the floor. Felter gets his layup blocked by Garrett Morgan. 4 on 2 for Glencoe. As here's Cornett for 3, and that rims out no good, but a foul on the play on Sardis.
Wow.
And they're going to call a foul on that three-point shot. And so that's going to send, or on the rebound, I think. So that's going to go away from the ball on Connor Lowry, his first. Team's 4th for Sardis. So Sechrist inbounds. Morgan launches the high arcing 3, no good as the rebound goes to Sardis. Luke Martin with the long rebound. Martin goes in, turns, goes coast to coast, and will go to the free throw line after the Glencoe foul. 3rd team foul in the quarter on Glencoe. And so that'll be Aiden Cornett with his 2nd personal foul. 2 fouls each for Patton and Cornett for Glencoe. And then a couple of Sardis Lions with a couple of fouls as Martin makes the free throw. Jacob Bozarth and Kaysen Moore each with a couple of fouls for Sardis. As there you see Martin, the senior guard. 1 more free throw to go. As his free throw also good, so he's 2 of 2 from the line in that trip. 9-point advantage for the Sardis Lions, as they're the top seed this week and have had one of their best seasons in program history at 21-2. 2 minutes to go. Pull-up jumper, no good for Morgan. Rebound for Grant Smith as his reverse layup is no good. Luke Martin out in transition. Cutting Eli Morton loses it, but kicks it out for the 3-ball up and no good for Felter. As the rebound for Glencoe, and all alone is Cornett as he lays it in for 2. Aiden Cornett, his first 2-point field goal. Luke Martin with the basketball as Sardis up 7 as Cornett rips away the basketball. Goes in, lays it up, and in. And a foul.
Yes.
Aiden Cornett with the steal. The pickpocket of Luke Martin as he just scoops it up there, draws the foul from Martin, his 2nd, and a chance for the 3-point play.
He waited on him, James. He actually waited on him, trying to bait him into that, and got the 3-point play. if he can knock down the free throw here.
Which he does not do so as the rebound goes to Andrew Felter. 1:20 to go. As Felter picks up the dribble, floats it down, though, to Morton as his pass to Montgomery is knocked away and stolen. So Glencoe has a chance to bring this game to a one-possession game, and there's a foul at the half-court line that goes on Sardis. So the foul on Lucas Montgomery, his first, and free throws coming up now for Glencoe, as that's the 5th team foul of the quarter for Sardis. So 1:09 to go as Glencoe has the momentum in the last couple of minutes here in the second quarter. Free throw up, and that's good for Braylon Smith. So Smith now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. One more free throw to go, as a made free throw would cut this to a 3-point lead for Sardis. Free throw up and good. So Glencoe has battled back from a 10-point deficit as they've cut the Sardis lead down to 3. Lowry over to Felter as he splits a double team. Out to Martin, all alone for 3 as he buries it. Luke Martin with 7 as we'll take a second look here at an NBA 3 for Luke Martin as that finds nothing but net. Other way, here's Cornett for 3, and he answers. Aiden Cornett into double figures with 10 as he joins Garrett Morgan for the team high lead, as there's a pretty stroke that time from the corner, but back the other way, a blown layup for Eli Morton as numbers for the Yellow Jackets. There's a foul after the Euro step for Garrett Morgan as he'll go to the free throw line. So it looks as if that'll be the second personal foul that'll go on Lucas Montgomery for Sardis. So Garrett Morgan, the junior, will have free throws coming up as his first is off the back rim, no good. So Glencoe has been a bit inconsistent from the free throw line, a little more consistency, and they may have a lead right now. One more to go for Garrett Morgan, however.
Free throw shooting has become a lost art.
Well, there's Garrett Morgan with the free throw as he splits the 2. He has 11. 20 seconds to go until halftime as Lowry tries and misses everything other than the glass on the 3. 12 seconds to go. Sechrist in transition to Cornett. He'll drive down the lane, lays it up, and misses as the rebound goes to Montgomery. 2 seconds to go. Martin shoots it from the half-court line and misses as we go to halftime, as Glencoe making it interesting as they were down 10 earlier in the second quarter, but Sardis retains a 2-point lead as we go to the halftime locker room in the Etowah County Basketball Tournament Championship here on FNN.
Does the crawl space in your home look like this? Standing water and high humidity are the perfect makings for mold and wood rot, and that means expensive damages to your home. Solve the problem with a call to the experts at S&H Waterproofing and Construction. They've been turning this into this for over a quarter century. Protect your greatest investment with a free assessment today. Get quality work at a guaranteed lower price. S&H Waterproofing and Construction. Griffin Laser Engraving in Lincoln is your authorized local dealer for personalized Yeti products. Get your Yeti customized for your team, a business, or a special event. Your color, graphics, even photos. At Griffin Laser Engraving, we make it the way you want it. Order just one or hundreds, and you'll find a full line of Yeti coolers and accessories on hand, even the hard-to-find items. Nationally recognized, but right here at home in Lincoln for quality awards, trophies, powder coating, and personalized Yeti items, Griffin Laser Engraving.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Anniston Memorial Funeral Home, we see our community as extended family.
Hello, I'm Mark Box. My wife Holly and I would like to thank the families that we have had the honor to serve. We see our community as our extended family. That's why we work so hard to invest in our community and the families that call it home. At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Anniston Memorial Funeral Home, you'll find services that are tailored to meet your needs, whatever those may be.
Piedmont Cutoff Highway in Glencoe and Highway 431 in Anniston. Our family serving your family.
A packed house here at the gymnasium at Hokes Bluff High School as Sardis leads 33-31 over Glencoe, but the Yellow Jackets with a strong finish down the stretch in the first half. As we'll take some highlight looks at the first half, as a three-point basket that time you saw from Garrett Morgan in the first quarter, as also another three for Glencoe, this time by Grant Smith. And Jacob Bosarth comes in with the three-point basket in the first quarter. As Sardis had the lead for most of the first half, as Aiden Cornett got hot there in the second quarter with a three ball. He finished the first half with 10, but Garrett Morgan with a solid first half with a game-high 11 for Glencoe. And there's one of the couple of NBA threes for Luke Martin. He had 8 in the first half, as a good, strong finish to the second quarter for Aiden Cornett as he got the steal, and then the layup for a three-point play opportunity, as there was a three, the final three of the first half for Luke Martin for Sardis. And then a good pass that time by Sechrist on the penetration, leading to the Cornett three, as it's a 33-31 advantage for Sardis, as they have a 2-point lead at halftime. We'll go ahead and take the timeout, and we'll have a visit with both of our coaches prior to the start of the second half after this timeout.
It's tip-off time, and from all of us at Bucks Island,
run the floor with the Loft Tackle Store.
Get the assist from the team in service.
drive the paint with the parts team.
Shoot the lights out with the sales team.
Slam dunk with Bucks Island. Go get them and run them out your gym.
Treating our customers the way we want to be treated since 1948. BucksIsland.com or call 1-800-I-AM-READY. Let our team help you win on the water.
Does the crawl space in your home look like this? Standing water and high humidity are the perfect makings for mold and wood rot, and that means expensive damages to your home. Solve the problem with a call to the experts at S&H Waterproofing and Construction. They've been turning this into this for over a quarter century. Protect your greatest investment with a free assessment today. Get quality work at a guaranteed lower price. S&H Waterproofing and Construction.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
It's tip-off time, and from all of us at Bucks Island,
run the floor with the Loft Tackle Store.
Get the assist from the team in service.
drive the paint with the parts team.
Shoot the lights out with the sales team.
It's a slam dunk with Bucks Island. Go get them and run them out your gym.
Treating our customers the way we want to be treated since 1948. BucksIsland.com or call 1-800-I-AM-READY. Let our team help you win on the water.
At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Anniston Memorial Funeral Home, we see our community as extended family.
Hello, I'm Mark Box. My wife Holly and I would like to thank the families that we have had the honor to serve. We see our community as our extended family. That's why we work so hard to invest in our community and the families that call it home. At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Anniston Memorial Funeral Home, you'll find services that are tailored to meet your needs, whatever those may be.
Piedmont Cutoff Highway in Glencoe and Highway 431 in Anniston. Our family serving your family.
could go down to the wire here in the second half as Glencoe trails by 2 against Sardis here in the championship for the boys varsity teams of Glencoe and Sardis here at the Etowah County Basketball Tournament. James Hardy, Jim Jacobs, as well as our FNN crew here at the gymnasium at Hokes Bluff High School. And we'd certainly like to remind you after tonight, our next presentation of high school basketball here on FNN will be on Monday, as we'll make the trip over to White Plains for a Class 4A showdown between White Plains and Jacksonville, as both teams just coming out of the locker room. And there you see our airtime as far as a top 10, really a top 5 showdown in Class 4A between Jacksonville and White Plains. Around 7:15 will be our airtime for that ball game, as Sardis just coming out of their halftime locker room. It should be expecting a visit with Coach Van Owens, as well as maybe Ryan Chambliss as well for Sardis and Glencoe respectively. And there's Glencoe just getting out of their halftime locker room off to our right. A competitive first half for both of these teams, as the game high lead in scoring belongs to Garrett Morgan for Glencoe with 11. Aiden Cornett right behind him with 10. 5 from Braylon Smith, 3 from Grant Smith, and a couple from Jaden Patton, as looks as if we're just about ready for Jim Jacobs, who has Coach Ryan Chambliss for Glencoe.
Coach, it looked like their size caused you problems early, but then you kind of settled in and settled down.
Yeah, they're big. I mean, you know, they're strong. They're strong inside, and yeah, we just got to make shots, man. That's all I told them. Like, we got to settle down. I think the stuff we're doing is doing pretty good, and like I said, they're solid. They hurt us on the glass right there rebounding, but you know, we got to adjust. We just got to keep playing.
It looks like your speed though is your advantage.
Well, that's kind of who we are. So it's got to be our advantage, because that's what we got.
All right, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Coach Chambliss. As looking on the other side for Sardis, they're led by Luke Martin with 8 points, 7 from Carson Gilliland and 6 from Lucas Montgomery. We'll send it back to Jim with head coach Van Owens.
Let's get to Coach Owens here real quick. Coach, it looked like early on your size was your advantage.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of size on them, but even their guards are long and lanky, so our size advantage maybe not as much as everybody thinks, but we took advantage of it early. We built up a little lead, and then we kind of messed up there at the end, let them get back in it, but hopefully we can pull away again.
Key to what's got to happen for you guys to get the win?
We just got to settle down and run our stuff. We've played pretty good defense so far. We just got to keep that up and run our stuff, stay calm on offense.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you to Coach Van Owens for Sardis, as the Sardis Lions, the top seed in the boys portion of the Etowah County tournament, as they had as much as a 10-point lead in the second quarter. They led after one, 16-12, but Glencoe, thanks to their strong finish down the stretch going into the halftime locker room, outscored Sardis 19-17 in the second quarter. Sardis has the basketball as Lowry tries and makes the three. Connor Lowry begins things start in the second half positively for Sardis as he makes the first three of the second half. Lead up to 5 now for the Sardis Lions as Morgan goes in. Has to kick out for the three for Braylon Smith. That's too strong as the rebound goes to Sardis. Kaysen Moore, who sat the bench for a lot of the first half due to foul trouble, got the rebound. Moore, double teamed, leaves it for Morton. Great hands as he sticks it in for 2. Not the best of passes that time by Eli Morton. Had a soft paw in that right hand, reeled that in and stuck it in for 2. So the first 5 points go to Sardis here in the third quarter as Smith dribbles to Sechrist, sees in a lane, kicks it out. Morgan, high arcing three that finds the bottom of the net. Garrett Morgan with one of his best games of the season as he lines up that three, a high arcer with a decent closeout that time for Sardis. Morton down low, turns and banks it off the glass for 2. Just a mismatch that time.
And he's the guy, James. He's who Sardis has to go through to have success.
Yeah, that was a 5-inch height advantage that time for Morton against Braylon Smith as Garrett Morgan misses the bank shot. and Morton on the rebound. Kason Moore trots it up the floor. He'll go in, stops, turns, and shoots the fadeaway and scores. Kason Moore that time with a beautiful turnaround as a timeout for Ryan Chambliss as Sardis off to their best start, at least one of their best starts of the second half of the season, as a timeout for Ryan Chambliss. So a 30-second timeout as Sardis has extended a 2-point lead, now up to 8.
Yeah, Sardis basically come out, has done what Coach Owen said he wanted to do. He kind of downplayed the size thing a little bit in the conversation, but really that to me is where Sardis holds a real advantage in the basketball game.
Well, I think we even saw a lot of in the first half. You look at Glencoe, they're more of a perimeter-oriented team that likes to spread the defense, get in the open floor, and use their quickness to their advantage. And Sardis certainly, with their interior size, especially with Eli Morton, presents a lot of problems for Glencoe in this game. So this is a big portion, danger zone territory really for Glencoe, as they need to settle things down and get a little momentum themselves.
Yeah, really good time out there by Ryan Chambliss to kind of maybe slow down this Sardis run.
Here's Grant Smith in the corner. A zone defense look, a matchup zone now, as they're kind of alternating between a man and the zone defense as Sardis. As Sechrist goes in, misses the layup, but he's going to go to the free throw line. So it'll be the first foul of this second half for Sardis and the third personal foul for Luke Martin. So Martin in some foul trouble as Sechrist goes to the line for 2. Scoreless in the first half as he rattles home the first free throw. Wade Sechrist, of course, had that game-winning layup about a couple weeks ago against B.B. Comer for at least one of our most recent F&N games of the week. As Glencoe in that game came back from a 10-point fourth quarter deficit as Sechrist hits both free throws. A little full court pressure for the Glencoe Yellow Jackets. Across the timeline goes Lowry. Backs it out. As Martin drives, jump stops, floats it up there, and gets the roll. So Luke Martin, his first field goal of the second half, has 10 for the ball game. So he's the first Sardis player in double figures as Sechrist misses the 3 and the rebound flagged down by Eli Morton.
Yeah, Morton is basically controlling the blocks right now on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Morton, a rebounding machine as Moore misses the 3 and the rebound tracked down as
he'll get another look.
And this time a successful one for Moore.
Yeah, he was just kind of skewing in his sights there.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to Eli Morton for keeping that play alive as a blocking foul on the other end for Sardis. So let's see who they called the foul on, as it'll be the second team foul of the quarter and the second personal on Eli Morton. So we'll have a substitution. Braylon Smith exits. Jaden Patton enters for Glencoe. A deflection on the inbounds as Sechrist collects the loose ball. Under 5 minutes to go, third quarter. 11-point advantage, their largest of the night for Sardis as Morgan turns, loses it, but gets it back. Morgan has to back it out, needs help, and Cornet there to rescue the possession. Double team as a pickpocket for Lowry, goes in and lays it in for 2. Sardis starting to assert control now in this ball game as a traveling violation as Glencoe a little bit rattled right now.
Yep.
13-point lead as Sardis on the cusp of maybe blowing this game open. So we'll have a substitution as Braylon Smith checks back in for Glencoe. Also Carson Gilliland into the game for Sardis. So this is maybe a possession for Sardis that you see them try and work the ball into Eli Morton. as you really don't have a lot of interior beef on the floor right now for Glencoe. Glencoe with a half-court trap. As it'll be Martin, dribbles into the paint, pulls up and shoots and misses. That was a pretty good floater that time as the rebound goes to Grant Smith. Morgan, open floor, runs over his defender and commits the offensive foul.
That's easy. That's an easy call right there.
As you had Kaysen Moore back to draw that offensive foul from Garrett Morgan. Morgan his first, Glencoe's first here in the third quarter. Lucas Montgomery checks in as Connor Lowry gets the breather. Under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter, as Sardis has played one of their best quarters of the season here in the third quarter. Here's Montgomery, floats it down. Morton leans in, gets it blocked the first time, and throws it away. 2-on-1 for Glencoe as Sechrist lays it up and in.
Man, he's fast.
Quickly back the other way. Luke Martin picks up the dribble, finds an open Gilliland for the layup. Assist for Luke Martin as Carson Gilliland up to 9. Back to a 13-point advantage for Sardis. Behind the back dribble for Sechrist, goes down the lane, kicks it out for the Morgan three and buries it. Garrett Morgan up to 17. He's had a great game offensively. As there you see a good penetration for Sechrist as he finds Morgan for the three. Gilliland between the circles, gets his pass deflected, but Montgomery there as he drives, goes in, kicks it out for Martin. Extra pass, Moore. Three ball up and no good. But the long rebound tracked down by Carson Gilliland. Goes in as Morton out to Montgomery for three. That's way too strong. Rebound to Patton. Up ahead, Sechrist. Goes in, floats it up off the glass and in. Wade Sechrist with 4 in the quarter, 6 for the game. Lead down to 8 for Sardis. Gilliland finds Montgomery as he lost it and a foul along the baseline for Glencoe. They'll say a blocking foul will go on Garrett Morgan, and that'll be his second.
But James, how many times in watching this Glencoe squad have we said they're just hanging around?
Well, yeah, and plus one of the reasons why is they can create offense in a hurry is we're going to have a timeout for Glencoe. 30-second timeout with 2:19 to go here in the third quarter.
Let's grab it real quick right here. We'll be right back on FNN.
Does the crawl space in your home look like this? Standing water and high humidity are the perfect makings for mold and wood rot, and that means expensive damages to your home. Solve the problem with a call to the experts at S&H Waterproofing and Construction. They've been turning this into this for over a quarter century. Protect your greatest investment with a free assessment today. Get quality work at a guaranteed lower price. S&H Waterproofing and Construction.
It's tip-off time, and from all of us at Bucks Island,
run the floor with the Loft Tackle Store.
Get the assist from the team in service.
drive the paint with the parts team.
Shoot the lights out with the sales team.
It's a slam dunk with Bucks Island. Go get them and run them out your gym.
Treating our customers the way we want to be treated since 1948. BucksIsland.com or call 1-800-I-AM-READY. Let our team help you win on the water.
Play back underway as we have an inbounding foul go on Sardis that time, as it'll be Kaysen Moore on the illegal screen, so it'll be his third personal foul. James Hardy, Jim Jacobs with you as we appreciate you joining us here on FNN. Morgan gets open for the three ball and he buries it.
Ran him off the screen, caught it right at the top of the key, and bang.
A double screen that time as Grant Smith and Aiden Cornett helped Garrett Morgan get free. Floater no good for Kaysen Moore as the pass up ahead intended for Aiden Cornett goes out of bounds. But Garrett Morgan starting to feel the momentum right now, Jim, as he's up to 20 points for the ball game.
Yep.
And he's closing in on a season high as we'll have a substitution for Sardis. Luke Martin checks out. And it'll be Andrew Felter into the game, the senior. Pass deflected as Bosarth also in, as Bosarth nearly threw it away for Sardis. 1:44 to go. It was as much as a 13-point lead here in the quarter for Sardis, as the lead now has been chopped and more than half down to 5. There's a good look down low as it'll be Morton getting hacked underneath the basket.
Yeah, and that's about all you can do with him.
Yeah, especially for either Grant Smith or Braylon Smith, as you have the height difference of, at least for one, 5 inches and the other about an inch. But really the wingspan makes it a little more. Eli Morton to the free throw line, as he will get the free throw to fall. So Morton into double figures with 10. Last foul on Braylon Smith, his second. One more free throw to go, as that's up and good. Eli Morton with 11. We approach 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Patson into the game as Cornett off the screen, fires up the three. No good on the knuckleball as the rebound goes to Morton. Up ahead, Montgomery. Jump stops the Euro step as he misses the floater, and the putback no, however, for Eli Morton. Backcourt foul, however, as the tripping foul will go on Sardis as Braylon Smith went to the floor. Lucas Montgomery charged with the foul. That will be his second. As we'll have a substitution. Connor Lowry back in as Lucas Montgomery goes back to the bench for Sardis. Glencoe with the basketball, trying to cut into a 7-point deficit. Morgan creates separation, shoots the three. That misses everything as it goes out of bounds. A heat check three that time for Morgan as Sardis takes over possession. Luke Martin checks back in as the officials will allow him to come back in as Andrew Felcher goes back out. About to go under 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Once again, a solid finish to a quarter for Glencoe as there's a deflection and a steal. Loose ball as that goes out of bounds off of Garrett Morgan as he's protesting, saying that it was last touched by Kaysen Moore. The officials give the ball, however, to Sardis as they'll go up against the full court pressure. Martin picks up the dribble to Lowry for the quick trigger. That's no good. Rebound, however, goes to Kaysen Moore. Second try coming up as here's the three for Martin. Up and good.
Good Lord.
Luke Martin for the triple.
That one was from out at your truck.
Yeah, he's made 3 of those from NBA ranges. He now has 13. Shot up and no good for Glencoe as the rebound goes to Sardis. Up ahead, Martin. He fires up the three and he buries it.
Sardis starting to feel it now, James.
Luke Martin now up to 16 points as he gets that three up ahead of Braylon Smith's D. As before the buzzer, the shot up and no for Braylon Smith. As the lead balloons back up to 13 for Sardis. As Luke Martin makes back-to-back threes to give Sardis the double-digit lead.
Has Glencoe got one more miracle? One more.
We'll find out coming up after this timeout as we begin the fourth quarter of the Etowah County Tournament Championship on FNN.
At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Aniston Memorial Funeral Home, we see our community as extended family.
Hello, I'm Mark Box. My wife Holly and I would like to thank the families that we have had the honor to serve. We see our community as our extended family. That's why we work so hard to invest in our community and the families that call it home. At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Aniston Memorial Funeral Home, you'll find services that are tailored to meet your needs, whatever those may be.
Piedmont Cutoff Highway in Glencoe and Highway 431 in Aniston. Our family serving your family.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
Glencoe has the ball to begin the final 8 minutes of play as Sechrist down the lane, lays it up, no, And the rebound goes to Eli Morton for Sardis. Sardis scored 26 in the third quarter as Moore fires away and misses on the air ball as the rebound goes out of bounds to Glencoe. Sardis outscored Glencoe in the third quarter 26-15 as they built what was a 2-point halftime lead up to 13. Glencoe needing some instant offense to get back in this one as Sechrist pounds the basketball. Tries to work off the screen as Morgan with 20 points. Passes for the three for Cornett, up and no good. Good box out position for Bozarth as he comes down with the rebound.
And if you're Sardis now, James, you start taking your time and looking for really good shots.
Still plenty of time, however, so I don't think they're going to go out of their normal offense just yet.
No, you just take your time.
Here's Lowry down the lane, floats it up there and misses as Morton with the rebound puts it up no as he goes over the back on the rebounding foul. So the first foul of the quarter goes to Sardis as Eli Morton picks up his third.
Morton's had quite a game.
Yeah, he's into double figures in rebounds as he's been quite busy on the glass. High post look for Morgan as he goes down the lane, lays it up, no, but he's going to the free throw line for two. So let's see who they'll call the Sardis foul on. So it'll go on number 23, Luke Martin, and he has 4 personal fouls. That's a big foul for Sardis as Luke Martin has 16 to lead them in scoring. Garrett Morgan shoots the free throw and scores. One of his best offensive outings of the season as he has a game-high 21. So Bozarth and Martin checks out. Gilliland and Montgomery back in for Sardis on the substitution. There you see Garrett Morgan, the lefty, strokes it up there, and that pops out no good. Eli Morton with, I think, 13 rebounds now tonight. And a very active night under the glass as Lowry forces it up there, no good. And a fight for the rebound as Morton comes out with it, but loses it out of bounds. Grant Smith did all he could do as far as trying to fight Eli Morton for the basketball as Morton touched it last. Lead at 12 for Sardis as the pass deflected and stolen. Up ahead, Moore behind the D, goes in and throws it down for 2. Kaysen Moore into double figures with 11. Largest lead of the night for Sardis as they have a 14-point advantage.
Yeah, starting to get away from Glencoe now.
Sechrist down the lane, misses the layup as it rolls off the rim. Up ahead, here's down the lane Moore out to Montgomery. All alone, the three ball is no good as Morgan gets the uncontested rebound. Garrett Morgan accelerates, kicks out. Sechrist, three ball, no good. Rebound knocked around as Garrett Morgan comes up with it, floats it up there and scores. Morgan with 23, trying to keep Glencoe in this one, but they still have a little bit of a ways to go to get out of their 12-point hole.
Yeah, got a lot of work.
5.5 minutes to go in the game. Entry pass goes to Gilliland. The turnaround no good as a fight for the rebound as Gilliland had his elbow out of bounds. But before that, I think they're going to call a rebounding foul on Glencoe. And indeed, it will be a foul on Grant Smith, his second. So we'll give a second try for Sardis as they'll inbound. There'll be Moore on the drive, lays it up. No call that time on the block as Sechrist up ahead for Glencoe. Gets stripped of the basketball as Connor Lowry knocks it out of bounds.
Boy, that's about the second or third time he's done that this game.
Yeah, he's had great defensive games the last 2 games, including yesterday against Micah Merriman. At least Gaston's Micah Merriman yesterday. As here's the three ball up, and that's no good as it goes over the backboard. And the whistle finally recognized that time as Patton missed the three. So it'll be Sardis basketball.
Wake up, ref.
As Well, they got the job done, though, albeit a little bit late. Time not quite a factor right now for Glencoe, but the score not in their favor as Moore keeps the dribble alive for Lowry, stops and floats, at least fires it down rather for Gilliland for the 2. Gilliland in double figures with 11. So Sardis has 4 players in double figures offensively. Sechrist pulls up from the free throw line and scores. Wade Sechrist up to 8. But Glencoe needs to get some stops as they'll have a substitution after the next whistle. Kason Moore gets some instructions from head coach Van Owens across the way at the Sardis bench. And we'll have a whistle and a 5-second violation.
Wow.
Kason Moore just not aware as far as the 5-second count that time, so a turnover for Sardis as Glencoe gets the basketball, and we'll have a timeout called for across the way for Ryan Chambliss. So Glencoe calls their 3rd timeout of this ball game, as it'll be a full timeout, and we'll take the timeout with them here on FNN.
Does the crawl space in your home look like this? Standing water and high humidity are the perfect makings for mold and wood rot, and that means expensive damages to your home. Solve the problem with a call to the experts at S&H Waterproofing and Construction. They've been turning this into this for over a quarter century. Protect your greatest investment with a free assessment today. Get quality work at a guaranteed lower price. S&H Waterproofing and Construction. Griffin Laser Engraving in Lincoln is your authorized local dealer for personalized Yeti products. Get your Yeti customized for your team, a business, or a special event. Your color, graphics, even photos. At Griffin Laser Engraving, we make it the way you want it. Order just one or hundreds, and you'll find a full line of Yeti coolers and accessories on hand, even the hard-to-find items. Nationally recognized, but right here at home in Lincoln for quality awards, trophies, powder coating, and personalized Yeti items, Griffin Laser Engraving.
4:14 left in regulation as Sardis has a 12-point lead, but Glencoe has the basketball after a 5-second violation on Sardis. Glencoe needing to get a final push down the stretch going if they want to come back in this one.
Yeah, they got to start knocking down some shots like that one.
Well, Cornett misses a little short, however, as the rebound goes to Sardis. Sardis takes their time getting across the timeline as Kason Moore allows the offense to develop. Moore drives in, needs a little help as Lowry there to help. Good entry passes, great hands by Morton. He loses the basketball though as Gilliland gets it. A lot of contact under the basket, and they're going to call a tie-up as the possession arrow will keep it with Sardis.
Boy, you can't fault the officials for not letting them play tonight.
There was a lot of contact.
Yeah, there sure was.
And I'm surprised there wasn't a foul called. We'll have a substitution as with 4 fouls, Luke Martin checks back in. So Van Owen sensing that his team can get one final little run in it, that they'll be able to come out with a W. Inbounds pass deflected and nearly stolen by Grant Smith for Glencoe. It'll be Moore to Lowry for the 3-ball, up and good.
Man, he's just deadly, isn't he?
That is a big-time 3 for Connor Lowry as that pushes the lead up to 15 points. Came off the screen that time and buried a critical 3. Sechrist down the lane, lays it up. That's no good. Great defense that time by Eli Morton to alter the shot. Here's Luke Martin for 3. That's up, and that's no good. Little quick trigger that time as Grant Morgan gets behind the D. Lays it up, short, no good. As Eli Morton comes out with the rebound. Up ahead for Carson Gilliland for Sardis as he'll have a couple of free throws on the way. So Glencoe has left some points on the board around the basket today.
James, you hear that? I think it's the fat lady warming up.
I think so too, as a couple of free throws coming up after the Glencoe foul from Braylon Smith, his 3rd. And looks as if we'll have had a lane violation there on the part of Sardis. So they'll reduce the 2 free throws down to 1. So Gilliland shoots the free throw. That's up and good. So Gilliland increases his scoring total to 12. Under 3 minutes to go. Sechrist pulls up and misses the 3 ball as he airs it out of bounds. The window closing for the Glencoe Yellow Jackets here in the championship of the Etowah County Tournament. Moore up ahead, goes in and loses the basketball, but knocked away by Braylon Smith out of bounds.
Well, Sardis had 2 cracks at it tonight. They missed the first, but it looks like they're going to capitalize on opportunity number 2.
Of course, the Southside Lady Panthers pick up the Etowah County Tournament Championship on the girls' side. And looks as if the Sardis Lions, 2 minutes and 32 seconds on their way to hoisting the championship trophy on the boys' side.
And how rare is it for a tournament to go chalk like this one has?
It's definitely rare. Usually there's an upset somewhere in the bracket, as there's great passing that time by Sardis, leading to the Gilliland layup.
Well, Gilliland's had a good game.
Yeah, Kaysen Moore with a beautiful wraparound pass that time. As Morgan for the 3, that's an air ball. Connor Lowry with the rebound, as Sardis can make this at least a 20-point lead with a basket. Under 2 minutes to go. As Sardis maybe will use a little clock as a loose ball, and will have a timeout called for by Van Owens. So Sardis keeps the basketball, a 30-second timeout for Sardis. We'll remind you that our next game comes up in 48 hours, Jim, so we'll be right back at it after a Sunday break, as we'll be back at it on Monday evening, a 7:15 expected airtime for one of the top matchups in the state on Monday.
Yeah, White Plains and Jacksonville out at Richard Madden Court. The Wildcats are awfully tough at home, but Jacksonville coming off a big Calhoun County tournament win over Oxford. Should be a good one.
In fact, we saw one of White Plains' big early season wins against Anniston for our very first game of the season.
And saw Jacksonville take care of Alexandria.
That's right. So a couple of outstanding teams will go at it. Kind of a contrast in styles that we'll see. As far as White Plains, a more deliberate style of offense, and then Jacksonville certainly likes to run and gun.
Yeah, Devin Barksdale.
Yeah, Barksdale, one of the outstanding players in the state of Alabama this year. As Gilliland goes in, he gets it swatted out of there by Grant Smith, as that goes out of bounds off of Eli Morton for Sardis. 1:40 to go in tonight's ball game, as Garrett Morgan goes in, turns, and floats it up, no good, and the rebound goes to Sardis. Sardis trying to just run the clock out. It's a pickpocket and a foul on the back end for Sardis. So Jaden Patton hustles that time to get the deflection, and so the foul will go on Kaysen Moore. So that'll be his 4th personal foul. And so the second team foul in this quarter for Sardis, so they'll inbound it, Will Glencoe at the baseline. Glencoe down 18, a strong second half for Sardis, as here's Cornett for the 3 ball. That's no good, as it'll go out of bounds.
Boy, you can just kind of tell with their shooting, Glencoe just appears to be out of gas.
Yeah, Glencoe's just empty on the gas tank right now, as Sardis has played very strong here in the second half. There's a tough pass that time by Gilliland, as he was trying to find an open Eli Morton at the basket as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, as big as Eli is, he'd have needed an escalator to get that one.
Yeah, absolutely, man, as we'll have an inbounds. Time starting to run out now on the Glencoe tournament run here in Hokes Bluff. And the pass goes off the fingertips of Grant Smith out of bounds.
He looks at his hands, and all I can say is, young man, it's just one of those nights.
That's absolutely right. Kaysen Moore across the timeline.
He's had a big game.
In fact, 4 players in double figures for Sardis as Gilliland, great pump fake, but misses on the first try. Eli Morton gets the rebound and sticks it in for two.
Is Morton the tournament MVP?
I think he is. Eli Morton a double-double, by the way, tonight. As we'll have a tripping foul on the other end for Sardis. So Garrett Morgan.
Well, who else would be candidates at this point?
I think you may have in consideration Kaysen Moore, who had 17 last night, but I think Eli Morton, with his presence around the basket, probably gets, especially this game, gets my vote, as we'll have a timeout on the floor.
And it looks like Coach Owen is going to empty the bench.
And it'll be a full timeout, and we'll take the timeout with them here at the Etowah County Basketball Tournament on FNN.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Anniston Memorial Funeral Home, we see our community as extended family.
Hello, I'm Mark Box. My wife Holly and I would like to thank the families that we have had the honor to serve. We see our community as our extended family. That's why we work so hard to invest in our community and the families that call it home. At Glencoe Hokes Bluff Funeral Home and Anniston Memorial Funeral Home, you'll find services that are tailored to meet your needs, whatever those may be.
Piedmont Cutoff Highway in Glencoe and Highway 431 in Anniston. Our family serving your family.
Final seconds of the fourth quarter as Wade Sechrist missed his turnaround as the rebound to Sardis as they'll dribble it across the timeline, and let's see if they may put it up one more time or just dribble out the clock. Both teams came in on a 6-game winning streak as Glencoe will see their winning streak come to an end, and Sardis will extend their winning streak up to 7.
Classy move here by Sardis not to try to score.
Indeed, as they'll just dribble out the final seconds and take home some championship hardware here at the Etowah County Basketball Tournament. Your final score, Sardis 71 and Glencoe 51. Glencoe drops to 12-6 on the year. Sardis improves to 22-2 on the year. We'll take the timeout and begin our postgame after this.
It's tip-off time, and from all of us at Bucks Island,
run the floor with the Loft Tackle Store.
Get the assist from the team in service.
drive the paint with the parts team.
Shoot the lights out with the sales team.
It's a slam dunk with Bucks Island. Go get them and run them out your gym.
Treating our customers the way we want to be treated since 1948. BucksIsland.com or call 1-800-I'm-READY. Let our team help you win on the water.
Does the crawl space in your home look like this? Standing water and high humidity are the perfect makings for mold and wood rot, and that means expensive damages to your home. Solve the problem with a call to the experts at S&H Waterproofing and Construction. They've been turning this into this for over a quarter century. Protect your greatest investment with a free assessment today. Get quality work at a guaranteed lower price. S&H Waterproofing and Construction.
A final in the boys varsity portion of the Etowah County Tournament Championship as Sardis defeats Glencoe 71-51, and we'll send it down to Jim for the winning Sardis Lions players and Coach Van Owens.
Start off with what we think might be the MVP of the tournament here. I don't get to talk to guys bigger than me that often.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that double-double tonight.
Yes, sir. Last night I just didn't have the performance I wanted, so I just came out and I worked my butt off this morning in the weight room and in the gym and came out and performed how I wanted to.
It looked like early on that your size and your team's size, especially down inside, really gave them problems.
Yes, sir, it did. We knew from the start it was going to be a mismatch, but towards the end, we just pulled away with it.
Yeah, and then, of course, you got the outside shot going, and when you guys got the inside game going and shooting it from the outside with a great deal of accuracy, you guys are going to be hard to handle.
Yes, sir. We realized that if they double us in the post, we got shooters all around us so that we just kick it out. that's what we can. That's how we beat teams most time.
All right. Well, let's talk about what's ahead for the Sardis Lions.
Yes, sir. We going into area play, area tournament in the next couple of weeks, and we plan to go through that. And we plan to state championships. It's our goal.
And obviously, you'd like to make it to JSU.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
All right, good deal. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, James, I'm going to throw it back up to you, and then we'll get Coach Owen in here and go from there and talk to him about the victory.
Absolutely. As you look at the final totals for our two teams, as Garrett Morgan led all scorers for Glencoe with 23 points. He was their only Yellow Jacket in one of two Yellow Jackets in double figures, as Aiden Cornett had 10, but Sardis had 4 players in double figures tonight, led by Luke Martin with 16. Carson Gilliland had 14. Eli Morton with the double-double had 13 points and 13 rebounds, and Kaysen Mort with 11 points. And then you had Connor Lowry with 7 and Lucas Montgomery off the bench with 6. Other scorers for Glencoe, Wade Sechrist with 8, 5 from Braylon Smith, a couple from Jaden Patton, and then 3 in the first quarter from Grant Smith. Looking ahead for these two teams, in the immediate future, you have Glencoe hosting Gaston on Monday, and then Sardis goes to Gadsden City on Tuesday for another intra-county opponent as far as resuming their normal regular season schedule. And looking at both of these teams, just a handful of games remain for Sardis. 3 regular season games. They're done with their area schedule as they've clinched the top spot in their area tournament. Class 5A Area 13 with a 6-0 record, and Glencoe will probably have a similar type of spot in the Area 12 tournament, a 5-0 record in Class 3A Area 12. And there you see, as far as where we're at, as far as the green-roofed gymnasium at Hokes Bluff High School. Still waiting on head coach Van Owens to join us, as we certainly like to thank all of our coaches that we've been able to talk to this week as far as their cooperation when it comes to helping us out with the coverage here as far as the Etowah County basketball tournament. Still awaiting head coach Van Owens, as they're awaiting as far as the presentation as far as the girls varsity and boys varsity all tournament team, the MVPs, and of course handing out the runner-up and championship trophies as far as the county tournament this week. Well, taking a look at the highlights, and a great night offensively for Garrett Morgan as he sinks 3 of his 23 points there in the first quarter, but Kaysen Moore got the loose ball there and sunk the 3. I think that was his only 3 of the night, as Wade Sechrist kicks out to, once again, Garrett Morgan for 3. Morgan, one of his best offensive nights of the season, as there's another look at the 3 ball to give him 23 points for the game, as I think Van Owens is ready for our Jim Jacobs.
And we are standing here with the tournament champion, Coach Van Owen. And, Coach, talk a little bit about the game and what kind of effort your guys put forward tonight.
Well, our guys, you know, we got put out in the semifinals last year on maybe a little bit of a questionable call, and so our guys had this on their mind from that day forward. So it's been something they've been working toward ever since then. So I'm really just happy for them because of what they were able to accomplish. And, you know, I love to see it when a kid's hard work pays off. And so these guys have worked their tail off, so I'm super proud of them. Ton of credit to Glencoe, man. They've got a great team. They've got a lot of fast guys that shoot the ball really well. They're going to go far this year. I'm really impressed. Coach Chambliss does a great job with them. I knew it was going to be a tough game no matter who we played, so we're fortunate to come out with a win. I'm proud of my kids.
Coach, it really looked like the inside game is really what got everything going, but when you had to, you really knocked down the big outside shots as well.
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to have guys inside that are big and can take the ball inside and score some buckets, but also got some guards that can make some shots too. And, you know, so we're fortunate to have that kind of talent, but they've all worked on that. You know, doing stuff they've worked on all year. So I'm glad to see it pay off.
Coach, congratulations on a tournament championship, and we'll let you go get some hardware.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you very much, Jim. And thank you very much, Coach Owens, as they're about ready to hand out some hardware here at the gymnasium at Hokes Bluff.
From Glencoe High School, Autumn Green. From Glencoe High School, Allie Jo Amos. From Hokes Bluff High School, Maisley Ball. From Hokes Bluff High School, Addison Simmons. From Sardis High School, Kaylin Wallace. From Sardis High School, Adriana Potier. From Sardis High School, Mia Fowler. From Southside High School, Layla Davis. From Southside High School, Jovi Marble. From Southside High School, Madison Shaw. And your 2024 Etowah County Girls MVP, Grace Ann Rose. Let's give a hand to the 2024 Varsity Girls All Etowah County Tournament team. And now for the presentation of our runner-up and championship trophies. The 2024 Etowah County Varsity Girls runner-up, the Sardis Lady Lions. And your 2024 Etowah County Tournament Varsity Girls Champions, the Southside Lady Panthers.
Thank you. You did a great job on PA, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Somebody fence better than I do.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
And you just saw as far as the all tournament team for the county tournament on the girls' side, and Grace Ann Rose, the tournament MVP this week for Southside.
Yep, and we'll see the all-tournament team for the boys announced here shortly, and then, of course, the runner-up and championship trophies handed out as well. And, James, what a joy it's been for us to be here, even though we've had, a couple of days delays in getting all this done. Once again, it's been a lot of fun to come up here to Etowah County and bring the basketball tournament to fans really across the state.
Oh, absolutely. And once again, a great credit to what the folks here in Etowah County and Hokes Bluff have done to get this off the ground this week.
And with that, I'd say we're just about set for good night as we finish things up here at Hokes Bluff High School for yet another year, the Etowah County basketball tournament. It'll move to Sardis next year up in the northern, well, a little further north than here, as we'll head up to Sardis for that as you see awards being passed out now for the boys. That's going to do it for us tonight here at Southside High School, or here at Hokes Bluff High School, as congratulations again to the champions. In the girls' side, the Southside Lady Panthers, and on the boys' side, the Sardis Lions. The 1 seeds hold chalk throughout the tournament. That's going to do it. We'll see you Monday night from White Plains here on the Friday Night Network.
Has been an exclusive sports production of FNN, the Friday Night Network.